Mid-side processing is definitely a modern mixing technique that has just sort of exploded over the last few years. The technology and stuff has been around for a long time, but nobody really cared too much about it. But it turns out that you can use this to your advantage. Really, what you're doing is sort of taking advantage of stereo space, being able to spread out a sound and make things sound wider or more narrow. So let's dive right in. I've got this little guitar performance of a Silversun pickup song, and I've recorded both the mid and the side. But now I'm going to show you how to decode this so you can actually use it in your mixes. Maybe you don't know how to do this. So let's take a listen first. There's everything together. Just the mid. Both together. Just the side. Alright, so what we need to do is actually make a duplicate of this side track. So I'm just going to right click and duplicate. Okay. I'll just call this left. I'll rename this one right. Now in order to make this work, I need to flip the phase of one of these duplicated signals. So I'll take this left side, and there's two ways that you can invert the phase. You can do things destructively and non-destructively, just like pretty much any other effect here in Pro Tools. So non-destructively, I can insert the trim plugin, and inverting the phase, basically flipping the phase 180 degrees, is just this little symbol right here. So right there, if I listen to just the left and the right, now they're completely silent because I've inverted the phase and they cancel each other out now. Okay, I'll get to why I'm doing that in just a second, but again, there's a destructive way to do this. So I could, let's say I'm just bypassing this, forget I did it that way. I can also highlight one of the tracks and go up to Audio Suite and invert. And once I render that, then it will be written to the audio file and it'll be destructive in nature, but the same results. Okay, so now I've got my mid signal and I've got my left and my right, and if I press play, again, they're canceling each other out because I've inverted the phase. But if I hard pan them, oops, one thing you want to make sure of when you're mixing, that the track that you've labeled left really is left. Here I've done it the other way, so I'm going to switch that. Hard pan them, left and right. And now what I'm going to do is group them together, because since I'm dealing with a left and right side, it's the exact duplicate, I'm going to be worried about symmetry and balance. So Command G to group these, and I can call these my side group. So my group is enabled. I will lower the volume, which will lower the volume on both tracks. And now, just like I do parallel processing, I'm just going to sort of bring in that side sound and see what happens. So the original, and we'll start adding the sides. So I have complete control over how wide or narrow I want this sound to be perceived. I don't have to necessarily hard pan these. I can bring them in just a little bit, or I could just, maybe I want them hard pan, but I just don't need as much. The more I raise the volume of the sides, the more pronounced that stereo image is going to be. So that is how you decode a mid-side recording to use in your mixes to create a wider stereo mix. See you next time.